Hey there, it's another update video. But first, we've got some gameplay to share. Notice anything new? Alright, let's get on to the rest of the video. We've been posting monthly updates on our Kickstarter, but we haven't made a video in a while, so it's time for an update video. We've got a bunch of exciting news to share. But first, if you're new here and wondering what you're seeing, these are motorized shoes, the Freeaim VR Shoes. They're like little treadmills on your feet, so as you walk forward, the wheels in the shoes spin backwards, so you stay in the same spot in real life. You stay in a small spot in real life, but you can walk forward, walk backward, jog, and sneak through infinite virtual spaces. It's way more immersive than using a joystick, great exercise, and has reduced motion sickness for many people who have tried the VR shoes. If you want to learn more, check out our website, freeaim.com, or our Kickstarter page. We're still accepting late pledges. So let's get to the updates. The Hex Frame now has a seat, as you should be seeing now. It's a nice addition for games where you frequently sit, like here in No Man's Sky. I found that the belt also acts as a nice backrest when sitting. Next, although right now we're mainly focused on the Kickstarter and our existing customers, we're also looking ahead. Our team wants Freeaim to grow and scale up, so we're in the process of fundraising. If that interests you or somebody that you know, please reach out to us at freeaim.com/investors. We've gotten a lot of interest from consumers via our Kickstarter, but we're also receiving a lot of interest as well from businesses, especially after our partnership with 1HMX and their announcement of the Nexus NX1. Please reach out to us if you want to find out more. So moving on, backers are receiving another upgrade, that being every backer will receive a set of tiles. We originally were going to send a mat by default, unless backers upgraded to the hard surface add-on to be able to use the shoes on top of carpet, but now all backers are going to receive tiles that can act as a surface to be used on carpet. Additionally, there are several other advantages that tiles have. Different flooring can impact how the shoes feel and behave, and tiles provide the most consistent feel regardless of the floor underneath, which reduces the need to tune the shoes for different surfaces. Tiles are a bit more expensive than mats, but shipping large mats is also challenging, so the overall cost is similar. Tiles allow the play space to be expanded if desired. You just add more tiles. Tiles don't move, creep, or bunch up like other mats can. And lastly, I wanted to show here that the tiles can be split along one of the seams and easily placed against a wall out of the way. Alright, next, the upgrades don't stop there. The batteries that we're sending with the shoes will also have 10% more capacity than we were planning last year. This means longer sessions before needing to recharge the batteries or swapping the batteries. And we're shipping a dual charger. Originally, all backers were going to receive a standard charger that charges one battery at a time. The dual charger was planned only if we reached the 1.5 million pound stretch goal, but we didn't reach that milestone. Still, we continued discussions with multiple battery manufacturers to explore different options. So yeah, we're happy to announce that we have found a manufacturer that can provide a dual charger in a cost-effective way that allows us to provide one to every backer. This means 2 batteries can be charged at the same time. Alright, those are all the upgrades. As I hope you can tell, we're doing our best to try to provide a great product. We're working hard to take advantage of every opportunity to make it better. Next, we're also working on software updates. We've worked a bit on improving backwards walking, just in general, making it so that the shoes detect backwards walking better. We've also introduced a big new feature called dynamic speed settings. Simply put, this allows much better control over a wide range of speeds, including walking speeds and slow jogging speeds. Before this update, when we optimized the shoes for a slower pace, so change the settings for a slower pace, then higher speeds felt slightly limited. And likewise, we could optimize the settings for a faster pace, but slower speeds felt limited. This new system, dynamic speed settings, allows for different settings for low, medium, and fast speeds with smooth blended transitions in between. This lets the user go from a slow to a fast speed without needing to tweak the settings, and overall just allows the user to go at a wider range of speeds more easily. Dynamic speed settings are very customizable, as you can see. But you can not only change how the power of the shoe scales depending on speed, but there are also several other settings that will dynamically change depending on the speed. For example, you generally want the shoes to stop faster if you're doing a light jog, whereas you may want the shoes to stop slower when you're walking very slowly. Now, the stopping settings can change dynamically depending on how fast you're moving, making the shoes feel smoother and more natural overall. Some of our current customers have been using dynamic speed settings for a few months now, and they have told us it's a big improvement. And although dynamic speed settings are very customizable, and we're sure many of you want to have as much customizability as possible, we also know that there are many people who don't want to fiddle with lots of settings. So we also have a simpler way that we worked on where the user can just enter their weight, so a single value, and then that weight is used to set a whole bunch of other settings in the shoes. We have other software updates too. We want our customers' first time using the VR shoes to be a great experience, so to that end, we've added a user guide to our mobile app. When you first try the shoes outside of VR, you can walk through the guide, no pun intended. You'll learn what you need to know to use the shoes properly, and then when you're done, we have other user guides that you can go through and you can look at. We've also overhauled the whole user interface of the mobile app to just make it more intuitive and more user-friendly. We have basic pages for those who don't want to fiddle as much with the settings. We have more advanced pages that you can turn on for those who like to fiddle with settings. And in general, everything is just better organized. For in VR, we've also overhauled our Steam VR menu. There's a lot more options in the menu now, with several pages laid out very closely to how the mobile app is also laid out. Lastly, as we're wrapping up the video, I'll talk about manufacturing updates. The frames are currently in production, being made by the manufacturer. Motors, batteries, battery chargers, and other components of the VR shoes similarly are being produced. For plastic parts of the VR shoes, molds, and hence like the molded parts, are expected to start in March. Also in March, Ashley, our founder, will be visiting several of the manufacturers in person to help move things along and to discuss our partnerships going forward. If you want more details on any of this stuff, not just the manufacturing, but also the other stuff I talked about, like the tiles, software, batteries, etc., then feel free to look at the updates that we've been posting on Kickstarter. Alright, and again, Freeaim is looking for investors, so if that's you, please visit us at freeaim.com/investors. It's been and still is very busy at Freeaim, but just so you know, I'm going to try to post videos more frequently, so be on the lookout for those. I have more footage of Dungeons of Eternity, CPR, and some other games. As always, we hope you leave a like and a comment to help the video reach more people. If you have a question, please leave a comment below. We'll see you next time.